River State Representative Silvia was one of only 12 Democrats to oppose a sweeping gun reform bill passed by the House last month. Representative Silvia says Massachusetts already has some of the toughest gun laws in the country, and his vote was based on what he says was the overwhelming opposition he received from those he represents.
I received 150 emails from constituents, along with calls from people who live in this district, from the Braga Bridge to Tiverton, Rhode Island, and they asked me to oppose the bill. Many of them were police officers. And I didn't receive one email or one call from a constituent asking me to support the legislation. As a result of that, of course, and after looking at the bill, it was clear to me that I was going to vote no. I immediately said to the police chief and others under the police department that I was voting no.
Along with his vote based on the wishes of his constituents, Representative Silvia also feels some of the measures in the bill go too far and will negatively impact lawful gun owners.
People who are lawfully licensed gun owners will not be able to enter a school building, a polling place, and there are a few other locations where they wouldn't be able, even though they were a licensed gun owner, even though it was concealed, without the permission of the business. So if a business posts on their wall, you cannot enter if you're armed with a firearm. What does that licensed gun owner do with that firearm? Of course, they would just keep it on them, or what do? Bring it back to your car unsecured in a glove compartment? That's unlawful to do. A police officer wouldn't be able to go in unless they were carrying their issued police revolver or handgun. What about the police officer who's off duty and carries a smaller handgun, so they can be concealed easily? That officer wouldn't be able to do that off duty.
Representative Silvia says police departments across the Commonwealth, including here in Fall River, were in opposition to the bill. He believes the next steps in preventing gun violence need to take place in the courts.
We're not prosecuting offenders of unlawful possession of a firearm as we should. It's a mandatory jail sentence. Very few people go to jail. Very few people end up incarcerated as a result of possessing an unlawful firearm. So maybe we should be either reaching out to our judicial system to ensure that they prosecute these people properly and make sure that they pay a price for what they're doing. If not, they're going to reoffend and they'll be back out on the street. So
the gun legislation passed the House by a vote of 120 to 38. The Senate is currently working on its version of a gun reform bill, but will likely not come to a vote until early in 2024.